Hi everyone, this is Dr. Gravenias. I have some updates for the senior class regarding the end of the year and some updates for graduation. So things we're going to talk about today are our senior sunrise, our last day of class for seniors on June 4th, an update for our times for graduation practice, and some updates for graduation itself. So starting with our first item, our senior sunrise, our students are helping with putting together a senior sunrise that's going to take place on Friday, June 4th, super early in the morning. 5:15 a.m. is our start for our 5:33 sunrise. We'll be together in the student parking lot, having a bit of a somewhat like a tailgate where we'll be having yard games, we'll be having breakfast, light breakfast, and then students will be done at about 7:15 and able to go back for their last day of virtual classes on Friday, June 4th. If students are interested, we will send out a communication regarding this information. Some of the students are helping by posting it on social media, and we really hope to have a great last sunrise at Methacton High School. Once they're back from school on June 4th, if they choose to attend, it is the last day of virtual instruction. So the reason why I wanted to point this out to you is seniors, you got to turn in all your work by June 4th because that is when grades for teachers are due. So please be sure to make sure your work is done, touch base with your teachers regarding your grades, and please be sure to start looking for all of your obligations that you need to turn in so that we can have a very successful graduation experience. So speaking of graduation updates, the first is regarding our graduation practices. Our location is still the same at Methacton High School in the stadium. Our dates are still the same, the 6th, 7th, and the 8th, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of the week of graduation. However, we needed to adjust the times. Okay, so we need to start at 9:45 a.m. and go until 12 o'clock-ish. We might need to stay longer, depending on how efficiently we're able to move through everything. Now, initially the plan was 12 o'clock, 7:30, 12 o'clock. But due to some unforeseen circumstances, we need all 3 days to be a 9:45 arrival. So where to park during those practices? Students, if you're driving, you can park in any open spot in the student lot. You can park in any open spot in the teacher lot. You can park in the bus driver parking lot. You also are going to be able to park in front of the main office. Just when you arrive on campus, please follow Mr. Lenahan and our security team's directions. Please note we are starting at 9:45, so please leave yourself enough time to get to park and to get to the stadium. And if you're not taking the bus, if you are taking the bus and you are not driving, you will get picked up in the morning at your normal time. We will have you report to the auxiliary gym for the time until practice, so 7:30 to 9:40. We'll have you report to the auxiliary gym. At 9:40, you'll come on out to the stadium. And then at the conclusion of practice, you can go back to the cafeteria for sea lunch, have lunch, and then report to the auxiliary gym for a 2:20 dismissal bus ride home. What to bring with you to graduation practice. So you have some obligations. You have your Chromebook and your charger that you must turn in. Please bring that with you if you have not already turned it in on that first day of graduation practice, June 7th. We are going to have the technology team on site to collect all of those. The other option is for you to turn it in if you have a device at home that you can use and you will not need it. You can turn it into the library, to the Chromebook service station on the 3rd or the 4th, but we will have technology on site with us to collect it from you on the 7th. Any school books that need to be returned, please return those as well. And any outstanding obligation. Mrs. O'Neill has sent letters home to families as well as coordinated with your teachers to let you know if you have an obligation. The really big thing to understand is you do not get to participate in graduation if you have obligations. So please be sure to get these cleared up in advance so that we have a very smooth week. What to bring with you? A bottle of water, a blanket to sit on, your patience, and your yearbook and a pen so that you can do some signing while we have some downtime. We are going to plan to have a very efficient practice, and we hope not to have much downtime. But when you're moving 300 people, it's a bit of, it takes a bit of time. And what do you need to do? Park on campus or arrive to the stadium ready to start by 9:45. And when you get there, we're going to have you just sit in the bleachers or sit on the hill if you would prefer, as we get everybody loaded into the stadium and ready to start. What to expect of practice? Day one, we are going to run through the plan of graduation day so you know what to expect. We are going to line up alphabetically. We're going to practice the walkthrough of the names being called. We're going to return the Chromebooks and the chargers, review the dress code, and then hand out the permission slip to you because we're going to be taking a bus. Day two, as you arrive, we're going to collect your permission slips. We are going to read through all the names again. The class officers will be the ones announcing your names. So it's very important that if your pronunciation is off as we practice through it, we need you to tell them so it sounds perfectly at graduation. We are going to practice processing in and out and when to sit and what to do. And then as you're leaving, you're going to pick up an envelope that has your cap and gown and it has your tickets in it. As long as you don't have an obligation, you will receive that package. If you do have an obligation, you will not get that. Super important we get those cleared up. Lastly, day three, one last walkthrough, any last minute questions. And on day three, we're going to tell you exactly where to come the next day. We're going to tell you what classroom to report to and who's the teacher that's going to be responsible for you for check-in on graduation day. Now, some updates regarding Subaru Park. Some changes since the last time we met. We have great news for everyone. So all students are going to be given an additional 2 tickets. So whether your guests are in general seating or whether you're in the boxes, we have now increased the capacity by 2 for each student. There will no longer be temperature checks. We will still all be going through the metal detector. And obviously, if you have a medical condition and cannot do that, we understand completely. But there will not be temperature checks anymore. So you are aware, the florist's table will be just inside the Crozier Gate as you arrive. And this is for families as they arrive. The florist will be right there. Students will be arriving earlier and at a different gate. And we found out more information regarding the concessions. It's going to be breakfast sandwiches, pretzels, chips, coffee, juice, and water that will be available for purchase. As a reminder, if you are in need of handicapped seating, upon arrival to Subaru Park and once you go through the metal detector in the Crozier Gate, please just let one of the guest services people know that you're in need of handicapped seating. We have a designated space for whomever is in need of the assistance plus 1 companion. And I can show you right here. So this is where you're going to be checking in. This is where you're going to tell them, can you direct me to the handicapped seating? So you know what it looks like. Just above these sections right here where you're going to be walking in on 123 and 124, there is a platformed area for anybody who's in need of a wheelchair, as well as some chairs for a companion to sit there. Same location over here at 130 and 131. We also have some space as well right here between 101 and 102, as well as there's upper level spacing if for some reason we don't have enough space on the field level. There is additional space above right here, as well as in the top platform of all of these seats. So no matter what, we've got you covered. Remember, Subaru holds 18,000 people, so we've got plenty of space, but you just need to leave yourself enough time to be able to get that seat. And understand, please, it's only 1 companion that's able to sit with whomever is in need of assistance. What students need to do on June 10th? They need to still come into Methacton to check in. As a reminder, we're going to give you that classroom that you're going to go to and the teacher that they're going to be looking for at that 3rd day of practice. And they need to bring with them their cap and their gown. No bags, please. You will have to keep your bags here at Methacton if you bring a bag. They are very strict with the rules with Subaru. It's just like going to the Union game or going to an Eagles game where they don't allow for bags. So ladies, if you need a purse, you can bring a clutch. A camera bag is acceptable for those of you who had asked that question, but we cannot bring large bags with us. Students need to be to us between 7:15 and 7:30 on June 10th. If they're driving themselves, they can park anywhere they want, any open space, park. If they're getting dropped off, we're going to ask that they get dropped off at the music entrance, please. That's the classrooms that they're going to be in, all along the west wing, so that when they're there for check-in, that's the most efficient door for them to get in and out easily. Some of you have asked the route that we're taking with the buses. Okay, we're going to take Germantown to 476, down to 95, and then get off at that first exit for the waterfront. All you need to do, this is the address, 1 Stadium Drive in Chester. All you need to do is put that into your Google Maps and it'll help you get down there. It's approximately about a 45-minute ride. As a reminder again, not that you would forget, but just in case, we are a one-way ride only. So we are collecting all the kids together, making sure they're here and they have everything they need. We are transporting them down to the stadium. After the ceremony is over, they're going to go home with you. So please, please, please don't forget to bring them home. That is it. I know it's a lot of updates, but we're really excited. Now we're coming down to crunch time here. So if anything comes up, we will certainly be in touch. But we are really excited and we're really looking forward to a great June. So thank you in advance for your patience and for your kindness as we are navigating some uncharted waters here. It's been a very interesting last few weeks, and we are really hoping, if we've learned anything from the senior celebration, we have the most amazing class of seniors, and we're really hoping to make this graduation just spectacular for them. So thank you for your patience, and we will see you very soon.